In this section, we will explain how Northeast Radiology and Alliance Healthcare Services exposed over 1.2 million patients' medical records and images through their insecure PACS system. PACS stands for Picture Archiving and Communication System, which is a software that allows radiologists to store and share medical images such as X-rays, CT scans, and MRIs. Northeast Radiology is a radiology practice that operates in Connecticut and New York, and Alliance Healthcare Services is a vendor that provides PACS services to Northeast Radiology. According to the lawsuit filed by two former patients of Northeast Radiology, Jose Aponte II and Lisa Rosenberg, the PACS system used by Northeast Radiology and Alliance Healthcare Services had major flaws that exposed patients' medical records to the general public. The lawsuit alleged that more than 60 million medical images, along with patients' names, addresses, social security numbers, diagnoses, and test results, were accessible online without any password or encryption from April 2019 to January 2020. The lawsuit claimed that Northeast Radiology and Alliance Healthcare Services were aware of the security vulnerabilities in their PACS system since mid-2019, when a third-party forensic firm discovered them and reported them to the companies. However, the companies failed to take adequate measures to fix the flaws and protect the patient's data. As a result, unauthorized parties accessed and downloaded the patient's information for at least 9 months. The lawsuit also alleged that Northeast Radiology and Alliance Healthcare Services violated several federal and state laws, such as the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, HIPAA, the New York General Business Law, and the Connecticut Unfair Trade Practices Act. The plaintiffs sought damages for the breach of their privacy, the increased risk of identity theft and fraud, and the emotional distress caused by the data breach. However, in May 2022, a federal judge dismissed the lawsuit for lack of standing. The judge ruled that the plaintiffs did not show any evidence of actual or imminent harm from the data breach. The judge noted that Northeast Radiology only confirmed that 29 patients' information was accessed as a result of the breach, and neither Aponte nor Rosenberg were among them. The judge also said that the plaintiff's risk of future harm was too speculative and remote to establish standing. Therefore, the judge concluded that the plaintiffs did not suffer any concrete injury from the data breach and dismissed their claims without prejudice. This means that the plaintiffs can file another lawsuit if they can provide more facts to support their allegations of harm. The plaintiffs were not the only ones who suffered from the data breach. They were part of a larger group of patients whose personal and medical information was exposed by the negligent broker. The broker had sold the radiology group's hard drives to a third-party buyer without properly wiping them. The buyer then discovered that the hard drives contained sensitive data of over 300,000 patients, including names, addresses, social security numbers, dates of birth, medical histories, diagnoses, and treatment plans. The plaintiffs decided to take legal action against the broker and the radiology group for failing to protect their privacy and security. They filed a class action lawsuit in a federal court, alleging that the defendants violated the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, HIPAA, state data protection laws, and Federal Trade Commission, FTC, requirements. They claimed that the defendants breached their duty of care and fiduciary duty to safeguard their data, and that they acted with negligence, recklessness, and willful misconduct. They also accused the defendants of engaging in unfair and deceptive trade practices by misrepresenting their data security practices and policies. The plaintiffs sought compensatory and consequential damages for the harm they suffered as a result of the data breach. They also sought injunctive relief to prevent the defendants from further exposing their data or using it for any unauthorized purposes. They demanded that the defendants notify all affected patients of the breach, provide them with free credit monitoring and identity theft protection services, and implement adequate data security measures to prevent future breaches.